Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Redacted online workshop. And for those of you who don't know what Redacted is, it's NEAR's giant online hackathon. And today we have Slava from Aurora Labs, who's a DevRel, and is going to be talking about Aurora and what bounties they're offering for Redacted. So I'll bring him on now. Hey,
Yes.
Slava, how's it
Hello.
going?
Hello. Great to see you, Owen. Yeah, I'm fine. How
Yeah,
are
you
you?
too. Yeah, good. I'm out here in Thailand already. Well, if you don't know, again, we have like an in-person event after the online hackathon. So I'm just so excited. So I came out extra early. Will you be making it out yourself?
No, unfortunately, no. It's a pity that I
Mm.
will miss that this year. But I mean, it's a really long trip for me, and I'm kind of a family person here.
Ah, yeah, I'm young enough to not have much of a family yet, so I can go wherever without many responsibilities. So yeah, let's get into it. Do you want to first tell us a bit about Aurora for those who don't know what it is, and then we can maybe like look in, look at the bounties, and then sort of dive into the actual code and like a workshop afterwards.
Yeah, actually, I prepared a nice introductory presentation. I want to try to share it.
Oh,
Nice. Like I have it in the Google Docs presentations. Should I just click present button, for example?
I think that should work. Let's give it a go.
Let me try. Yeah, I see actually Google Slides. I can try adding them. One moment.
Yeah, it should just be like Google Meet, work something like that. Let's see the
Let me
magic of live streams.
let me try. I already see my presentation in the list, and I selected like to share it. It seems it's loading in the backstage here. One moment.
We'll wait for it.
It is process. StreamYard is processing something. But anyways, we can talk a little bit more about Aurora. So Aurora is the EVM on built on top of the Near as a smart contract. You may have heard that Aurora is kind of like layer 2 solution, but actually it's not. Strictly speaking, it's not the layer 2 solution because it doesn't scale Near itself. It just works on top of Near. So I may say that it's mostly like an Ethereum interface to deployed on Near. So you can write your Solidity contracts and do everything which you can do in the regular like EVM like ecosystem, but on top of Near. So that's like a short introduction. I actually was inspired by one of the games I played in childhood. It's like a bit old school game called Golden Axe. So let's go. Like it's just Aurora Dev Workshop. You can see Redacted Hackathon. Let's press the space bar and start. So the plan for the adventure for today is the introduction of the Aurora itself. So we kind of started with that item, but we'll continue a bit more. Then we will review the Aurora Bounty from the Redacted Hackathon, which is happening right now. And then I will do a small dev workshop for you guys, like just show around the resources, the available projects, how you can install them, import everything, like play around with your dApp, etc. So let's start.
Awesome.
Let's start with the introduction to Aurora. So let's learn some EVM spells to be casted in the Near Kingdom. That's kind of RPG styled version of the phrase or the stuff I already told you about Aurora just being the Ethereum like interface on Near. So you kind of have that Aurora contract, which is kind of like an EVM spell book on Near. So you can kind of cast your spells using Solidity instead of doing Rust contracts development. So what actually can these spells achieve for you? So first of all, you kind of get the EVM. So it's kind of obvious. You just have the familiar stuff happening in terms of like Ethereum-like experience. But more than that, you also get the really tight connection to the Near ecosystem, because it's not a separate chain. It's just a smart contract top of a Near. You have what we call XCC, or like cross-contract calls. So both networks, they can cross-communicate, and every contract on Near side can cross-communicate with any contract on Aurora side. You have a special library. Actually, we have a special section in the Aurora doc about cross-contract called communication. And we have a library called Aurora Contract SDK, which is devoted basically to that question, so you can make your contracts communicate between two networks.
So this means you can, like, I'd make a cross-contract call to communicate with the MPC service, right?
Yes,
to use the chain abstraction suite.
Yeah.
That's cool.
With that, like, actually, one of our devs actually has already tried that, and it worked. There were some problems with the size of the transactions, because with MPC service, transaction is pretty big one. And XCC has some overhead in terms of the near gas. So there is a risk if you're running like transactions close to the limit of 300 teragas. There is a risk that you wouldn't be been able to call them via XCC because they're too large. So in this case, you will need to think more, like how maybe you can divide these big transactions into smaller ones. But it's like a corner cases, and even with chain signatures, our dev managed to execute this and get the signature in his contract on Aurora.
Nice. Be interested to see if anyone takes that further in the hackathon.
Yeah. Please, guys, you can dive into that area. It's still a fresh one. Like no one really explored it much, so you can make and try to make Aurora chain abstracted basically, and try to sign your transactions on other blockchains via Aurora by using Aurora keys basically, and Aurora EOAs. What else we have here on the slide? We have also virtual chains, and that's the part I wanted to stop specifically, because on the Redacted Hackathon Bounty, we have a prize pool connected with giving people their own virtual chain. So what is a virtual chain? Virtual chain basically is a copy of the Aurora contract. So it kind of, on our side, it's like sharing our experience, which we gained during the last years with everybody as a product. So it's kind of like an app chain, but on the other hand, it's not separated because of it being the smart contract on the Near chain. So that's the same way as Aurora is. It's not an L2, it's not separated, it's not L3, it's kind of L1.5, because it's ingrained deeply inside the Near ecosystem. So the main pros here are the infrastructural ones, because you don't need to worry about the validators. All Near validators will validate your transactions, and every transaction on your chain, which is EVM, will be secretly a Near transaction. So the Near validators will do the checkup work for you. Also, our infrastructure team will set up for you a scalable cluster of nodes, which will serve as your RPC endpoint, and you will be able to use it in your like dApps and contracts to deploy contracts, etc. So it's a really cool way to concentrate more on building your product and application instead of working on the infrastructure, decentralization, and all other like technical stuff. And we are working on the virtual chains for the past like 2 years, I believe, and like we got a lot of nice stuff there. Like it's kind of like a Lego constructor where you can put some parts into it automatically just by need. For example, if you need on-ramp services, you can just have it. It's like we have a special console called Aurora Cloud Console to manage these chains. So you can kind of add some modules into these chains just by clicking buttons in the UI. So you can add the on-ramping, off-ramping. You can add oracles, You can add KYC, you can add bridging, you can use the bridging widget in your dApps by just copy pasting the widget code from that console. So like a lot of nice features actually for dApps and people working on the products. And the guys who will catch our attention during the Redacted Hackathon, I believe all of the first 3 places, they will have an opportunity to run their chain. Sorry, not 3 places, but only winner. I believe only winner for this in a period of the 3 months. He will be able to run his chain. So the first place will have a chance to take a look and put their hands on the virtual chain and that cloud console stuff happening.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of another hackathon or bounty where they just decide to give you like a chain as a prize. That's interesting. Quick question. Why would someone want their like own virtual chain instead of just using like Aurora? Is it customizable, or what benefits do you get out of that?
I guess the main one is the isolation. So it's like if you want to isolate it from the Aurora itself and to have your own environment, it means that you will be able, for example, like close it under like KYC or like change the access rights to it. You can also have another tokenomics there, another gas cost.
So its own like native token.
Yeah. So you can change your native gas token to something else than ETH. Use your own token. Use your own strategy of gas payments on the chain. And also, yeah, that's kind of it, I believe. That's kind of it. And it's like it gives you an easier way basically to monitor the activity happening, because like you will have your own blockchain explorer, your own everything, so you won't need to do like any analysis specifically only on Aurora. You can just concentrate on your separate chain and kind of have the whole ecosystem being built there. Yeah, and the last point I wanted also to put your attention to are free transactions. And by free transactions, I mean that we have a really nice product which allows you to do a really flexible gas management and kind of account abstraction, if I may say that, on Aurora and any of the virtual chains. We are calling that rule engine. But basically what this is kind of like a really rich regular expressions, but for the blockchain transactions. And with this, it actually is like you can control it via the Aurora Cloud Console. So every virtual chain has its own rule engine, and you can just put a bunch of rules there with which you can whitelist your smart contracts and make them gas-free. You can also put some time windows, geo positions, stuff like that. So for example, like you can make
geo positions.
Yeah, I mean, for example, you can make your smart contracts free only for Germany-based users. And that's it. So it's like geo, I don't know, like tagging or geo, like
geo-gating meta transactions.
Yeah, something like that. So that's what I mean by flexibility here. You can actually choose the space and the time window for the transactions to be free. And also
free transactions for UK residents only.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I guess we can continue and go with the bounty review now. Maybe.
Do you want to pull it up, or shall I?
To pull it up. Pull it up. What you mean? Like the details of bounty?
Yeah. Do you think that'd be useful?
I have slides. Don't worry. I have slides.
He's correct. These are the coolest slides I've ever seen, to be fair. But you can tell you're a fair bit older than me, because these this game is way before my time.
Yeah, I guess I was playing it in like 1997 or so.
Yeah, that's before I was born.
Yeah, so let's go into the redacted forests and catch bounty of a dream there. And if you will go to the dev post, I don't know if you can share in the chat. Do you have a public chat here to share links or something?
Yeah, if you go into like the comments bit, I can send it in there. I think it only links to YouTube though, so I can put a little banner and people can search it up.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that redacted link. Let me join the chat.
Yeah, I've put it there.
Thank
Or
you.
maybe
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's fine with me. So you see the link now to the redacted devpost.com. And if you go to that forest and take a look at the bounties, you'll find like there's so many bounties there, like just a lot. And price pool is so big. So it could be a little scary. So just let's concentrate on the Aurora Bounty with a price pool of $65,000. What is it in a nutshell? So Aurora this year has a consumer dApps bounty. And to sum up, we are kind of looking just for the next killer dApp that will captivate crypto users and also Web2 users, actually. Something that is really fun, easy to use, and viral. And what we can also say, it should be designed to meet users' individual needs on preferences, like some narrow goal, something simple, but still fun to use and easy to use. So it should have like the smooth and engaging user experience there. What examples we can come up with? So it could be gamify. It could be like some play to earn, tap to earn games. They gained a lot of the moment this year. It could be fantasy sports, where you can actually Google that term. I was Googling it because I encountered that during reading our bounty, actually. So it's kind of like forming up the teams in a like metaverse and playing sports in real life, and then having the little leaderboard in the metaverse inside your app, getting some incentivization by your real activity, but still it could be like a team like games there.
Thanks for explaining. I was more thinking people like playing Quidditch. That was my thought process.
That also could be like, actually we do not limit ourselves, but I just read the Wikipedia page about fantasy sports, so I just was telling you what I found there. So, but it could be Quidditch. Like, we are not against it. Quidditch is not. It's even better.
Aurora's bullish on Quidditch. Good to hear.
Yeah, it's really nice and simple. I mean, it's totally great explanation here. It could be also some. It could be some Discord-based game, but nowadays we will really appreciate you focusing on the Telegram if possible. If you can do some Telegram-based game, that will be really awesome. Telegram mini apps are really popular nowadays. In the DeFi sector, it could be meme coins, their launch pads, maybe some micro loan platforms, prediction markets. It's a little bit of a stretch here, like because it's a big project, but maybe you can come up with something more simpler. NFT marketplaces, NFT-based games, maybe fitness or mindfulness apps, or anything else you will come up with in terms of just being easy, fulfilling some simple goal for the user, and just like easy to use and viral. Let's go with some examples here. So I just chosen like 5 here. So like Notcoin, it's a small Telegram app where you tap a coin and receive more coins. And it gained a lot of popularity. It has like around 17 million users in a Telegram group right now. EgoQuest is a similar tap game, but on Aurora. I will talk more about it in the next slide. But basically, you have an act which you can tap there, and it has like more like RPG elements in it and some mini games. So it's a really cool one, actually. A bit like engulfing or something like that. I mean, when you start playing, it's hard to stop. Probably the main element is music, like ambient music on the phone. It's like medieval music or something. It kind of touches your heart and you cannot stop playing. Catizen is a project at top of the Ton and Telegram to like this like kind of like a cat design. Sweat, you know, it's from the Near ecosystem, like probably one of the top projects on Near, connected with fitness. Polymarket is a prediction market and like betting on the Polygon. So yeah, kind of like that.
Is there anything you want to see in particular, or just want to see what people come up with?
Yeah, in particular, I guess that this
fantasy sports.
Yeah, so if you feel any of these sports, you will be just fine. But we are not limiting you. We want the bounty to be as open as possible, so you can come up with anything. But we like this list describes everything in particular we want to see. So you can just and that list is actually in our bounty on the redacteddevpost.com, so you can just go there to bounties and see the same list there. Talking about EgoQuest, as I have said, it's a Telegram-based tap-to-earn game. There are 600K plus users right now. It's deployed on Aurora mainnet, has RPG-like atmospheric music and atmosphere. It has mini games inside to basically enrich the mechanics, in-game mechanics, and have more stuff to do except just tapping. It has clans as the social element there for people to unite. It's still in development, but I guess they will add also some clans mechanics in there. And actually, it's pretty crazy. I mean, there are already people who achieved like hundreds of million coins in there. So, like, I have like just
Are you one of them?
Like 100,000 coins, but they are like
pathetic
millionaires in EgoQuest. So you can just go to the x.com EgoQuest and try it yourself. Talking about the prize pool, the first place will receive $6,000 in Aurora tokens. Second place, $4,000 in Aurora tokens, and third one, $2,000. We also have a wildcard pool, which will be decided by judges and like distributed by judges to some projects which we want to incentivize by ourselves. And also we have, as I have said in the beginning, virtual chain credits. So to run your own virtual chain for the 3 months for the winner. So these are the prizes.
That's the prize I'm most interested in. Maybe I'll steal the bounty.
Please, we are open to it. Just need to come up with some consumer dApp. Just to highlight quickly, the acceptance criteria is the same as for the Redacted Hackathon criteria at the dev post. So it should be like, I kind of read them. There are a lot of these, like shooting your video, text descriptions. I won't go into there. You can read about these. I just wanted to highlight one main one, that it should be new and substantially modified existing project built using Aurora or adjacent technologies. And it should be deployed on the Aurora mainnet, or at least a part of it. Like if that's a project which is cross-chain or like chain abstracted, you still should have some part of it being deployed on Aurora, like some smart contract communicating with other chains. So please make sure that this condition is suffice here. So, and also for people developing on Aurora and taking part in the hackathon, I wanted especially to focus on the how to get help. So while doing your projects in the hackathon, like you may meet some project challenges and need some help with that. Like you can feel something like that, like that you have some nasty bugs, some UI glitches, some problems with integrating wallets. And I just wanted to say that we are here for you. You should come to our Discord, and I will help you with our team there, with moderators. We have a special hackathon channel, so please come there.
Nice.
We are planning actually to do some bounties brainstorming. maybe with some prize pool also there. So please join the Aurora Discord. Maybe let me try to connect my YouTube here so I can share a link to the Discord, to the channel also. One moment.
I think maybe because it doesn't send it into the Twitter, we could just tell people how to get there. Just search up Aurora, and is there a link to the Discord there?
You can just go to the aurora.dev website, aurora.dev, and click developers, and you'll see Discord banners there. There will be an invitation link, so you can just join by it. I also sending it to the comments section. It's not open for some reason. Maybe I can send it to you in a private chat, and you can just copy paste later.
Yeah.
Sure. And I wanted to say that we will have just to repeat, we will have the Bounties brainstorming there soon. We are planning for it, so please join, take part into it, get some prizes. So and then you'll be able to say thanks to Aurora Discord and support team for the last problem being eliminated. I also sharing here on the slide some useful links. The first one I actually prepared just yesterday, so it's a really fresh project, and we will use it today. It's an easy way to start your Aurora application, being a dApp or a contract. So just an npm package, which you can call with npx. It's kind of just a script, and you can just execute it with npx, create Aurora app, and specify like a dApp and the project name, and it will create a template for you, which you can use for your development. So kind of you won't need to start from zero and just with a playground. Like you will have a playground basically to start your project. It actually uses underneath the two repos I'm listing here on the slide, like the smart contract examples and dApp example. And all of these are described in detail in our documentation, the last link on the slide here. So you can go to our docs in the section Build a dApp, and you'll find everything there. In case you want to find something, just contact me on the Discord, and I will help you. Additional materials, just our dev portal, Redacted Hackathon, and the Golden Axe playthrough in the case you are curious about the game I was using for the slides here. So, and with all that information, I believe you'll be able to present your project and impress the Redacted judges there. So I wish you luck and happy hacking on the hackathon, and I guess we can start with the dev workshop.
Let's get into it. This is what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, if people have any questions, please let me know. Please let me know. I'm not sure. Will I see this in the comments section or?
Yeah, if you just write if you guys want to ask any questions, you can write it in the chat, and we can just bring that up. If you're on Twitter, I think in the live chat, or on YouTube, again the same. Just put it in the chat, and we can. Yeah, please write them here, and we can bring them up. We'll just bring up questions as we go through the workshop as they come up. And I'm sure I'll have plenty of my own questions.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, probably I can also present my screen. Let me try. Let me try it.
Please don't give us the infinite mirror glitch. I don't want to see myself too many times.
I just need to select the correct window. Seems this is the one with the presentation in it. Can I need to understand how to put it on the stage.
Oh, I can add it now if you want.
Yeah,
this one?
Yeah, this one. Yes, exactly.
Nice.
So I'll just go there, and first of all, what I wanted to show to you is the Create Aurora app npx script. It has just a little documentation here. You can read through it. I also included some useful resources. They kind of mirroring our documentation from the Build a dApp. So if I will go, you can see the docs. Yeah, okay, great. So on our doc site, you'll be able to consult everything you need for building a dApp or writing your contracts here in the Build a dApp section. So it has a nice introduction here with a bunch of the introductory or even not materials about Aurora development and EVM development in general. For these ones who will be curious how to get ETH for the gas, please go here. You'll be able to tap on the faucet on testnet or
get ETH on mainnet. Can I get some free ETH?
Free, of course, no. So it just
Oh.
the ways how to get it. Like you can on-ramp or you can swap tokens or you can breach from the Ethereum or Near. So that's how it's done.
No mainnet faucet, no like.
Unfortunately, no mainnet faucet for now. Yeah, and we have two sections, deploy contracts and build frontend, basically corresponding to like writing and deploying your contracts. It has three simple contracts, simple counter, ERC20, and NFT token here. And in terms of the dApp, you have basically different functionalities described per article, like connecting a wallet, getting account data, sending transactions, reading the contracts, writing to contracts. And all of these will be in your template here. So
and how much would this differ to building like an application on, say, Ethereum mainnet?
Could you repeat the question, please?
How like dissimilar is this to like deploying a contract to Ethereum mainnet?
If you were developing on Ethereum mainnet, then it will be like 99.99% similar. Like overall, it's almost 100% probability that only thing you will need to change in your framework where you develop the smart contract is the RPC endpoint, and you will just need to use Aurora.dev. We have that start stuff here where we have our RPC endpoints listed, like we have endpoint for mainnet and testnet here, and that's it. You will be just able to switch the RPC endpoint and deploy your contracts to Aurora. So
nice. And I think
there are no problems.
I think the cool stuff about this is like a lot of people, when you talk about Near, they're like, oh, it's not Solidity, I'm not building there. Well, you can get the good stuff of Near by building on Aurora, and you can also make use of the MPC contract.
Yeah, exactly. So like Near is like Ethereum with Aurora. So you can use your Ethereum skills here on Near by using Aurora EVM. Yeah, and also we have like just these two repositories, and basically what this script does, it just clones them to your directory and just bootstraps your environment. So one is about the dApp example, another has like the contracts example. So I wanted to concentrate actually more on the dApp side today. So let's try using the create Aurora app npx package for the first time in history. And
first time on the live. Wow, that is risky.
Yes, like I never used it.
We have a question here already. I'll bring it up. So is this package creating a React or a Next.js front end, or actually, something else?
It's kind of like a Next.js. I can actually answer that question by just going to the repository here, and you can see Vite config. So it's a Vite application. Vite is kind of like a Next.js, not concurrent, but like competitor. So it's just a Vite application. And actually,
they're all pretty similar, right?
Yeah, they're very similar. And like overall, to run it, you will just need to kind of execute npm run dev. That's it. So it will just run. Let me try to share my terminal. We are actually using Vite stuff by accident because I was. Let me actually show this UI. So I was building my docs in Aurora, on Aurora's website, by consulting the WAGMI docs. So WAGMI docs are kind of mirroring our docs. So they have also connect wallet here, send transaction, read from contract, write to contract. So the main actions are kind of mirrored to the Aurora documentation. And here they have a playground. You can see it here. It's called StackBlitz. And I was like, oh, we can actually use StackBlitz. It looks like a VS Code, but in your documentation. And StackBlitz uses Vite. So that's how Vite, we ended up with using Vite instead of Next.js. It was just like a boilerplate code from the StackBlitz, and I kind of just left its place.
Fair enough. Good enough reason.
Yeah, let me try stopping my screen, and maybe I can share full screen. And sorry, Owen, if I will generate some recursion. Or if you prefer, I can do this. I can just share my terminal instead. Please share it on the screen, and you would just share in Windows.
Let's see. There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
And can people develop on Windows, or should they be using something like WSL if they're running on Windows? Because I see you're on Mac here, right?
Yeah, it's a great. Like, I haven't been using Windows for a while, so it's hard for me to tell. But probably they can do that. It's just like the matter of being accustomed to the Windows development. But I never received for the last like 2 years working here, I never received a support ticket about problem with Windows development. So probably there are no problems, or people are not developing on Windows. So those are two options. So if I will just execute this, it will probably say, oh, let's install. Okay, I even unlinked it. So yeah, and after the run, you can see it will say like, welcome to Aurora, and we'll present you two commands like dApp, and it says you should say, indicate some project name here or contract and indicate the project name. So let's try and doing that, like just type dApp, and let's name it redacted test dApp.
So when it's saying dApp, is this a contract and a front end, or just the front end?
So this project has some pre-deployed contracts already. So it's communicating with already deployed contracts. The contracts used are the same contracts from the Aurora documentation. So you can just go there, find a repo, and redeploy your own contract and just substitute the address if needed. So right now, it's not very configurable, like what kind of contracts you can include and stuff like that. We hope to add more features later. So that script is really fresh and still a little bit edgy, but it should get the work done for you.
Well, it managed to run first time. I had my fingers crossed there.
Yeah, so we should write we should run a Vite application. So let's celebrate afterwards. Okay, so it says we have installed the project. You can consult more about the docs and write in the front end here. And to run, you should have PNPM installed. And after that, like PNPM is not compulsory here. You can use Yarn, you can use NPM. But from my experience, PNPM is the best way to go with NPM packages. It just saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of space. So we are pushing PNPM all the way here. Yeah, so now we can just do CD and go into the redacted test app. And what we will see here, that's exactly our project from the documentation with Vite config inside. So now we can just execute PNPM install, and you can see how quick is that. Like, I've been working with one guy lately, developing with Yarn, and he was reinstalling like dependencies all the time because there was a problem with dependencies. It was a headache because like there a lot of time was spent on just reinstalling, waiting, compiling. And this PNPM is just like almost momentary.
I used to be a straight NPN man, and I've recently swapped to using Yarn.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel? Or should I swap to PNPM?
You should try it. You should try it. I mean, probably you won't notice big differences on smaller, medium-sized projects, but if project is big one, I mean, caching is so good in PNPM, and like just not storing multiple packages on your laptop, it's also saving space. So like you'll never have like a node modules of like 20 gigabytes folder or something, you know. So
yeah, I'm always having to delete stuff from my machine, so I'll give it a go.
Exactly. So that's what PNPM kind of saves you from. And let's try running it. So it says it's ready. Let's go to the localhost and try it out.
Localhost 5173. I've not seen that number by default before.
I'm not sure why that port is set by default. Maybe I should change it to 3000 because it's usual. But for some reason on the StackBlitz they got that port to be used. Maybe just to make sure there will be no conflicts. Like Armando says mine didn't install. What haven't been installed on your site, Armando? Could you please tell us more? PNPM or the project itself?
And are you opening this in your browser now? Because you're obviously sharing just your.
Yeah, I'm not opening. I'm trying to share my browser now. So let me switch to the window with my browser opened. Yeah, please share my browser, and I will.
There we go.
Like I do not do any actions without people seeing. So after screen shared, we can now just paste localhost 5173 here, and actually it has even my wallet connected here.
Your watermelon balance.
Yeah, it has some balance. That's not a problem. Also, if your project will need a lot of ETH, please contact me. I will send it to you. The case is that a lot of developers are usually confused with Aurora development because they are expecting really high gas price and gas fees. They come from other EVMs and they like put in too much gas price. Like gas price on Aurora is only 0.07 gigabyte. And you need to take that into the account because like for the most projects and for most contracts to be deployed to, like that amount of fees will be enough, like 1,000 of fees. It's really small quantity. So people are usually really surprised that you can deploy your project and test it out with such a small amount of fees, but that's the reality on Aurora. Actually, let me disconnect my wallet to show you the wallet options here. That project kind of shows you all of the possible wallets to be connected here. It has the wallet connect by default. So you can use like Aurora Path wallet, for example, or any other wallet, like EVM-compatible wallet in the Wallet Connect. But I'm usually using MetaMask, so let me try also connect it here.
And we had a response from Armando here. He was saying the command wasn't running for him. Maybe you can help him out in the Discord afterwards.
Yeah, I can also tell the Armando not to forget to include the arguments. Maybe some argument was missing or some empty string like went there. Not sure. Do you include it? Have you included the project name there? Also, please feel free to come to our Discord and I will help you to debug it. Maybe there are some problems in the environment or something. So let's try together. It works on my end.
Works on my machine.
Works on my end. It's not reproducible. But that's like the life as it is, you know. It happens all the time to the developers. Like on one machine it's working, on another machine something is not working again. Let me actually try
the age-old problem. He says he wants you to ship him your PC.
That's a nice joke. That's a nice joke. Let me actually try send some ease to see if that's really working. It's really working. Let me try it. I just put it in my MetaMask, and in case it's fine, we will see transaction happening on the network. So I will open it in the Explorer. It's pending right now, MetaMask. Just believe me. Probably you cannot see my MetaMask window because of the screen share. Yeah, it's confirmed. Let me open it in my Explorer. Or for some reason it haven't. One moment. Just need to copy paste the transaction ID.
Uh-oh. No results found.
Because I'm on the mainnet, so it's expected. I just needed to use testnet Explorer, of course. So yeah, there is the transaction here, and you can see the transfer of 0.001 ETH to another account. And in terms of
that's it's pretty low gas.
You can see how much gas fees it took. It's like even 20 more here for such a basic transaction for the base token transfers. So what else we have here? We also have the Watermelon token deployed. I will show to you sources and how the source code looks for that dApp really soon. But what you can do also, you can send these watermelons. Probably I should add the the minting function there to be public, so people can mint these watermelons. But you can just deploy your own contracts for now and just play with it. Just substitute your address instead of my watermelon address. You can just deploy your own RC20 there. So let me send like 1,000 watermelons to another address. I will confirm it. Oh, I actually had the transaction hash link here. I have forgotten about that I have added this right there. So if I click on it, it should go to the testnet, and you will see a transaction. It's probably confirming right now, like waiting for the confirmation. And done. So, and you can see that it's also like ERC20 transfer. It's like has 5 zeros in the commission here. Yeah, so now let's jump to the source code. I will show you how the project looks like, what components it has inside, and how it was done using debug.me. Let me stop the screen sharing of this and now present. Let me actually open my VS Code first and close everything else I have here. I have too many projects open in VS Code right now. Okay, let me open the folder.
At least I didn't see too many tabs open in your browser. That's normally the curse I see at hackathons. I'll go to help someone out, and then their computer will have like 1,000 tabs, and they're like, "Oh, why isn't this transaction going through?" It's probably because your PC is on fire from the amount of Chrome tabs.
You know, Owen, you kind of guessed it right, because I have another tab with that problem exactly. So I just created a new window for this presentation, not to
okay.
So like I have a lot of tabs, like not 2,000 as Armando says, but like hundreds of these probably. And I'm using a plugin which actually closes them for me, so my RAM won't be used too much. So like there is like a smart plugin in Chrome or Brave which you can use, and it's called like something like Suspend or something, and it suspends your tabs.
Send me that, please.
Yeah, it helps a lot with like thousands of tabs open, because it saves your RAM. You don't need to overuse your resources with 2,000 tabs.
We came here to learn about Aurora, and we've learned tab management skills here. What more could you want?
Yeah, so here we have the VS Code finally opened with a project in it. So we have git config here, nothing really special here happening here. We have ts config file and where is package.json? Yeah, here is the package.json. And here we just have plain React. We have 10 stack here for Web3 model support. That's like the support of the Wallet Connect stuff. And we have WAGMI, which depends on the VM. VM is probably the fastest Web3 JavaScript library for Ethereum-based projects right now. So you can think of this if you never heard about that. Probably you have heard. But it's like Web3.js or Ethereum Ether.js, so but much better. And WAGMI is
I think I'm spotting an error here. Like, why is the screen white? Why is VS Code white? I'm a bit confused. You're not a dark mode man?
It's white because it's still sunny here in Portugal. Like when night comes, I'm dark mode. But
dark mode any time of the day for me.
Yeah, I cannot use dark mode during the day. Like I just have some eye strain, like for some reason. So I'm using light mode during the day and dark mode during the night. Like it just switches after the sunset, only after that. So and talking about WAGMI, it's the library which simplifies a lot your dApp development by having a lot of useful React hooks for you. And let's kind of jump into it. So in the source here, we have the main entry point is the app TSX here. And what it has the query client and the WAGMI provider built in here. And it has the 4 components you have seen on the screen in your browser just a moment ago. So it has the connect wallet, it has send transaction, ERC20 balance component, and ERC20 transfer. And all of these components, they lie in the components folder and have a separate file for the corresponding ones. We also have the WAGMI TSX file, which has the WAGMI config in there. So for every WAGMI project, you need to specify the chains used for your dApp. So you can easily add more chains here. And WAGMI chains has a lot of EVM chains, so you can push like 10 chains really easily here. I mean, probably they have like mainnet for Ethereum, something like that. Or maybe I don't remember exactly, but anyways, it has a lot. You can consult the WAGMI docs there. Yeah, what else? Connectors are corresponding to the different types of the wallets which you want to support with your dApp. So I've chosen Wallet Connect, MetaMask, and Safe here, but you can add more. You can use injected wallets, but overall MetaMask and Wallet Connect, it covers almost for anything. Transports is just like the field mirroring your chains here. So in some sense, maybe they should have hidden that, but probably it's down here to choose the correct protocol by yourself. Anyways, in the components, you will actually see the real stuff happening. Let's, for example, take a look at the Connect wallet. So Connect wallet component is really simple. It just uses use account hook from WAGMI, and by using that, you can just get is connected parameter from it. So you will know if account is connected, and if account is connected, you will show the account component here. If not connected, you will show connect component. And we have these 2 components in here. They just display in the like connect is basically the section where you can connect. You see those buttons to connect your wallet there. And it just maps different types of the connectors you have described in your WAGMI config to these buttons. So, and after click, you just call the connect function here, and it is accessible via the use connect hook from the WAGMI. You just use use connect here, obtain your connect function, and on click, you just call it with the right connector. And you can see that all of the available connectors are mapped here to the connector button. So that's why I had a lot of the buttons at the top of the web project. And it's kind of the same with everything else. I mean, for account, as you have already seen, we are using use account, and it allows you also accept the scene we already seen about being connected. You can get the address of the account. You can get the chain of the account. So that's how I display the information on which chain we have connected, what balance the account does have. You can see we also use balance hook here with that address from the account, and we just got the result. So it shows your balance in the base token there right away. So my is balance. And it's kind of the same with the read contract, but it uses different hook called use read contract. And that read contract hook, as you can see, it just has the contract config. So in contract config, you need to provide the ABI. So basically, it's like contract API or like contract method signatures. And what's useful, VM already has a lot of the ABIs pre-prepared for you. So you can just import them like ERC20 ABI, ERC721 ABI, and they will be just able to be reused in the code. So I'm just putting that here like that. Instead of the address, I put that predefined address of my watermelon contract. And then I just splice it into the hook and say, please call me the balance of function of that such and such address. And that's how it's done, basically. So maybe people have
Seems relatively simple.
Yeah. I guess I can stop here because we're kind of almost out of time, and maybe people have some questions. In the case if I have missed something or you will have any more questions, first of all, you can come to the Discord, and also please go to the doc.aurora.dev and consult our documentation. You'll find a lot of answers there. The documentation exactly is describing the stuff I've been showing to you today. It also has a lot more information about deployments of the contracts and building that dApp with Wagmi. So that's it. I have my head spinning already from talking too much.
Yeah, I like this live stream because I got to just sit back and relax and learn about Aurora and learn about Ethereum, to be honest.
That's the result of the preparation. You know, I've been preparing for like 2 days.
Well, I did say you have the most inventive and exciting slides, so I'm going to try and incorporate that into my presentations in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, you always should get some inspiration from the games you played in childhood or something like that. It just has a lot of the emotional charge, and you can just like bootstrap on that wave and just put the needed seeds of the information in between, you know. So it's a cool idea. I'm using it.
Yeah, I'll give that one a go. Okay, thanks a lot for all that workshop and presentation. If Slava hasn't told you enough yet, check out the docs and check out the Discord. Anything else to add upon that?
I guess that's it. I'm pretty tired already, so
Me too.
See you. Let's develop something together.
Let's do it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Owen, for helping me out today.
That's been awesome to see.
Great time at Redacted and the offsite.
We'll miss you though.
Yeah, me too.